Good evening, fellow classmates. My name is Sindel. Last week's lessons had us focus on invitational skills for beginning a client-counselor relationship. This week, our lessons focused on paraphrasing, reflecting meaning, reflecting feeling, and summarizing the content that is relayed by a client. Here are two of my possible responses for the content that the client will relay on this week. Possible response number one. Good afternoon. How are you doing? In our last session, you talked about how your family is showing concern for you. There have been some changes in your life that have led you to have feelings of depression, and you've also stated that you've been drinking, to control or limit some of those feelings. So, what would you like to talk about this week? Can you tell me more about your children? You feel inadequate when you don't, perform or complete as much work as you think you should? You notice some changes in yourself? Some days are better than others. You feel like sleeping all day would make things easier? You have provided a lot of information during this session. You feel a disconnect from the person you are now and the mother, wife, and employee that you used to be. Some days you feel somewhat like your old self, but other days you feel that sleeping and drinking are all you can do to get through the day. Is that correct? Here's my possible response number two. Last week we left off talking about some emotions that you've been having, such as crying. You mentioned that there are days that you struggle to get out of bed and that your family is concerned. You've recognized that you have been feeling depressed and have been drinking to manage the way you feel. So, what do you want to focus on today? Do you want to talk about it? These feelings are similar to those that you have within your family life. You are struggling to get back the life you had. There is a connection between the feelings that you have at home and the feelings that you experience at work. With everything going on in your life, drinking provides some comfort for you, but then you feel unsure. You feel like you've lost control of your life. Your children and your work are vital entities in your life that you feel have become important to you or become unimportant to you. Your performance in these areas of your life leave you feeling discouraged and disappointed with yourself. You recognize that there are days where you don't feel as hopeless, but they seem to be overshadowed by bad days, which leads to drinking and increased feelings of depression. Thank you, fellow classmates.